Would you believe that not everyone can raise chickens in their backyard? Yes, you can still love eggs and not raise chickens in your backyards. Hi, I'm Shonya. Today I want to talk to you about 6 fun and creative ways to save money on food costs. I've given this a lot of thought and even pondered with my husband on it because being able to not afford things or saying we can't do this now, or the price of eggs are too expensive, and we can't have steak. Those are very defeating mindsets. It could be stressful because everything that you do is based off of your thinking. And when you talk about food and expenses in a way of lack, it just gives you a feeling of scarcity and not empowerment. It is just those words that I was saying. We can't afford it. Just that line in itself is rough because it makes you feel defeated, maybe hopeless. I don't know. So I try to reframe things like that to say, I'm currently choosing not to. Because when you have a choice in something, it gives you your power back. But when you have a scarcity mindset and fear around those things, it can be very upsetting, depressing, defeating. So I really want to try to help you out with that and give you 6 fun, because I'm all about fun and creative ways to save money on food costs. I'm Shonya. I am a new YouTuber, turned 50 last June. I'm a happily married woman with 3 amazing human adults and an amazing fur boy. And today, I figured we would have this chat about the expense of groceries and food and how we can win. I'm all for the win. Yeah, times are hard. Times are scary. And I think my husband sent me a picture where olive oil in the supermarket was $27 a bottle. I'm not growing my own olives. And again, I have people that I know in other towns who raise chickens in their yard, but the town I live in does not allow chicken raising. No. They let you get chicken from Popeyes, but you can't raise them in the backyard for eggs. Anyhow, I'm going to cut to the chase because I want to tell you about 6 fun and creative ways that I have come up with saving money on food. There are tons of videos out in YouTube, or you see things on Instagram where they talk about different ways. It's the usual: meal prep, cook from home, hit sales. Those things are kind of obvious, or maybe they're not obvious to some, but those are things that we hear about often. So I really try to jump outside the box on this. So come with me on this little journey, because first I want to talk to you about the deal squeal. Sounds like fun, right? Talking about chickens, and now we're going to go to the pigs. How pigs squeal? No. The deal squeal. Get a group of friends who are also trying to cut costs, save money, or be proactive with their spending, and get a group together. If you go to a supermarket, whatever supermarket's by you, and they go to another supermarket or the same, and they catch a deal. Let's say they see, I don't know, a gallon of milk is $3. Get to that group chat, text a group, and let them know of the deal. Now, if you're a good friend and they trust you, maybe you can pick it up for them and they can reimburse you. Or you just tell them what store it is, take a picture of it so that they know and they can catch that deal. I thought that was kind of a cool way of doing things, because I think that if you make cutting costs on anything a fun challenge, and if you find a tribe of people to do it with, it makes it exciting and fun, and there's nothing better than a little bit of a challenge. But the deal squeal, I think, is pretty cool. Get your group of people, let them know if you see something on sale. You get this great deal on something, maybe 10 cans of tutto rosso tomato sauce is 10 for 10, and let your people know. So that's number one. Number two, the off-brand challenge. So normally we do things the way we were raised, and the brands that we use usually come from our family, our upbringing. So I have always been into particular brands, like Velveeta shells. Let's see, I like Elio's Pizza, Pepsi. Yes, I'm a Pepsi girl, not a Coke. Sorry, my kids are traders; they like Coke. Let's see, Elio, Skippy peanut butter. I've always eaten Skippy. I've never bought Jif because that's not what my mother bought at home. My mother bought Skippy, and I was a Skippy girl. So this came from my husband, actually. I thought this was a fantastic tip. The off-brand challenge. Same thing, get your group of people, or even challenge yourself if you can't find a group, or you can't create a group, and purchase items in the supermarket that are not the normal brand. Go for the off-brand, the supermarket brand, the market pantry brand. I think Target has, or whatever your supermarket has. And I learned a lesson about this years ago, because I hate to say this, but I'm a brand whore. I'm not a label whore who's into designer clothes and stuff like that. I am a person who's used to eating certain things because that's what my mom and dad did. Chocolate milk is Hershey's, but as I got older, it's Nestle Quick Powder, and only Nestle Quick Powder. And I'm stuck to that. So my husband suggested the off-brand challenge. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. So you go to the supermarket when you go shopping, instead of buying the brand that you normally do, you get the brand that's on sale, or you get the brand that the store makes. And from what I'm seeing in the past, they often use the same company. Well, the same company makes those items, whether it's for the store or it's your name brand. So you're really not getting a different item. It's just packaged differently in the store wrapping. But yeah, I thought that was a pretty awesome idea. Thank you, darling, for that. Yeah, so off-brand challenge sounds like fun. Challenge yourself to buy something that is specifically not the normal brand that you have, only if it's of lower cost. That's number two. Ooh, leftover makeovers. Yes. So we're big rice eaters in this house. If you save, you make your pot of rice, but you make extra. And any meats that you have left over from the meal, or any vegetables, you make fried rice. That's an idea of you can make it like it's a takeout night. Maybe do it for a Friday where you would normally order takeout, and make your own fried rice. Use your own meats. If you have cheese in the house, do quesadillas. I am a sourdough baker, and I love making different things with sourdough, and as well with yeast. I recently started making my own tortillas. A lot of fun, rolling the dough. And if you're not into cooking, then get yourself some tortillas to keep in the house. They pretty much last long, probably because all the preservatives, and you're not making it yourself. But they pretty much they have a good shelf life, let's say. And you can use your tortillas to make breakfast burritos with leftovers. Save the little bits of meat and vegetables. Now that may seem completely obvious to some people, but I can tell you that I struggle with having a lot of food waste. And that's something that I'm going to try to not do anymore. Scraping the plates in the trash, or I'm not saying to take anything your son didn't eat, or your husband didn't eat, or your friend didn't eat, and then repurpose that. I'm saying that if you have anything left in the pot, whether it's 1 or 2 pieces of chicken or whatever, create something else with that. Use it as a makeover. Be creative. Garden sharing. I had new neighbors move in, and I live in the suburbs. So there's certain things that you just don't see here. And my neighbors were growing vegetables on their front lawn. Okay, that's new to me. And one day I saw them outside putting bulbs of garlic on their front lawn. Again, totally new to me. And I was like, this is weird. But okay, you have a whole yard. Why are you planting garlic on your front lawn? But to each their own. So anyhow, last summer, they grew cucumbers. And I have my adjoining fence, my fence for my driveway, is on the line of their property, so it's right outside the line of their property. And they grew cucumbers. And they grew cucumbers all over my fence. Yes, they did. And I was not a happy camper. And look, I am a kind person. I always try to choose kindness before catching an attitude. I can look at my husband and be like, do you believe that they got cucumbers growing on our dang fence? Do they know that's our fence? Yes. I was a little irritated by it, and you know, one of my close people, my sister bestie, I would complain and be like, did you see that? Did you see those friggin' vines going up my brand new driveway? Because we just got our driveway fixed, and you drive up to the street and all you see are these vines. I'm like, why are you growing cucumbers on my fence? Anyhow, so it irritated me. But you know what didn't irritate me? When they showed up at my house with fresh garlic and cucumbers. And boy, did that teach me a lesson. And I was like, wow, they're really smart. They're vegetarians, so they tend to grow more of their vegetables. Okay, well, yes, you don't normally see that around here, but that's super smart. And when they gave me those cucumbers, I really appreciate it. So I'm telling you all that to say, garden sharing is cool. So there's a good chance that they're probably going to grow cucumbers again. And this year I have decided to grow lettuce and tomatoes. Well, what do you get when you have cucumbers, lettuce, and tomatoes? A salad at any time. So that's pretty cool. And I tend to look at it differently. With the cost of things these days, you tend to appreciate people's efforts to maybe save money or be more efficient or eat healthier because it's closer to the ground and it's not processed or preserved. So yes, I'm looking forward to all the vines on my fence this year. Thank you, neighbors. Yes. That was a struggle, guys. I'm not even going to lie. Okay, what else do I have? Oh, so when I was younger, years ago, I was on a game show. It's called Ready, Set, Cook. The host was, I believe her name was Sarah Moulton. And I have loved to cook my entire life. So, my cousin and I had went to a food festival. And they had a live version of Ready, Set, Cook, and I was pulled up on stage. Ready, Set, Cook, if you've never seen it or you're too young to know what I'm talking about, was a TV show on Food Network where you were given a bunch of ingredients and the challenge was to create something delicious in a certain amount of time. That is one of my specialties. I made this pasta called the kitchen sink pasta, and it was literally whatever we had in the house. I turned it into something amazing, to the fact that my daughter's friends from all over asked me to make kitchen sink pasta. And I had to remember, I'm like, oh my gosh, what did I put in that? Because it came out so good that people request it and they call it, hey, could you make your kitchen sink pasta? So yes, do the Ready, Set, Cook. Make it a game show. Make it fun. Everything that I'm saying here, use it to be fun, right? And the last one, number 6. Watch YouTube videos. YouTube videos are amazing. The information that's out there is amazing. So you get a lot of recipe ideas. But what I also found was cool is that there are some videos that are period dated videos. So you can look for foods that people made in the 50s, dishes. You can look for poor man meals, and I just don't like the name of it. But if you're doing it as a challenge, the idea of a poor man meal, it can be fun because you're trying to say, what is the cheapest meal that I can make when it comes to cost and really enjoy it, or have my family enjoy it, and I can feel proud of the fact that I saved a bunch of money. I can tell you that when you shift your mindset from lack to abundance, it is a game changer. So if you look at something, I'm just going to tell you the different mindset for maybe when I was younger. You know, you used to brag. At a certain age, people would brag about how much they spent on a blouse, let's say. And then you get older, and you really have a concept of how much work you put into something to be able to afford it. Now, my friends and I, we brag about how cheap we got the item for. So normally it's like, oh, I got this Donna Karan blouse for $200. Oh no, perfect example, a Ralph Lauren coat. Oh, I've got this Ralph Lauren coat. It was $500. Well, I happened to be in the outlet, and I had to return a gift that I had purchased from somebody, and I got a beautiful coat for $130. And it was a goose, and I'm going to have it for many years in this good quality coat that I friggin' love, that you probably see in some of my older videos when it was colder out. But I didn't go around saying, oh, la-di-da, I spent $500 for this coat. I'm like, would you believe that I only spent $130 for this coat, and how warm it is, and look at the quality, and it's such a nice coat? You tend to choose to brag about those things because you worked your butt off for that money, and you don't want to just give it away freely. Your money is representative of the time that you have invested in something and the work that you've invested, and oftentimes the aggravation. The last thing you want to do is give it away. You want to get it at the best price possible. So these are the 6 things that I have come up with that I think are fun and creative ways to save money. Do it with your friends. Do a deal squeal. Just a name that I came up with last night. I'm like, oh, this is fun. We're talking about chickens in our yard and can't do chickens, but we could do a deal squeal. And squeal on the deals every time you see one. Share with your friends, because everybody is experiencing the impact of groceries and food and the cost of goods just being higher. And if you're blessed enough that you don't notice it, I'm happy for you. But the majority of people do. And maybe you are a person who doesn't need to worry about saving money. But maybe you have money because you know how to save. I appreciate you all. Thank you for watching. Have an amazing day. Oh, please, you know, I see so many people watch my videos and they forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Please take the time to subscribe to my channel, share my videos with your friends, comment, like, all those fun things. Ring the alert bell so that you know when I'm making another one of my fun videos. And I appreciate you. Have an amazing day. Thanks.